Hello, GM, it's me again. I'm making this video because there's this topic that used to bug me, and I finally got around to formulating it all in my head, and I wanted to share it with you because it's quite an important one. So, not really sure where to start with it. So, maybe I'll start with the analogy. So, have you ever? Now let me do another thing. So, imagine this: you are at the train station, and you're far from your train, like far, and there's a lot of people on the way there. And you see your train that is just about to leave. Now you got two options. One of them, the easy one, is to pretty much just wait for the next train. You know, you don't have to hurry for this one. And yeah, you kind of kill some time. And yeah, then you have the option of literally bolting, going straight after the train and running as hard as you can to get it. And then you might get it, you might not. But the interesting thing, if you do choose that option, is obviously there's more risk. The risk being people get to see you fail potentially, but reward is that you get to make the train. You don't get to waste half an hour, for example. So these are the two options. But then there's another one, and then that's when things get tricky, and which is going to spill over to what I'm going to tell you next. So the third option is that you kind of doubting. You're not sure, should I go, should I not? And then you decide to go, but you're not going all in. You, instead of sprinting, you're kind of jogging. You're not giving you're not giving it 100%. And to be fair to the normal person, it's just gonna look like you're in a bit of a hurry, but it's not gonna look like anything out of the ordinary. So what this does is it's kind of like the middle ground, because you're not seeing as someone that's going for something, and if you fail to the others, it won't look weird because you didn't really they wouldn't know that you failed. Only you would know that you failed because you know that you're going for the train. But what that does is then, let's say that you kind of went with that let's call it half-assing method, the in between. Sure, if you miss the train, it's fine, you didn't get embarrassed. But if you didn't miss the train, well, that's good for you. But let's say that you missed the train, but then you're having this thought. No, let me rewind. I should really learn how to cut these things, but honestly, I'm just shooting off the hip. So let's say you missed the train using the second method, the kind of in between, but you barely missed it, right? You literally saw it as it's driving away. Now, what's going through your mind now is going, damn, well, if I put in just a bit more effort, I would have made that, but I didn't. And initially, I call this kind of example the running for the bus, but I've kind of now changed it to running for the train. It's going to stay with running for the bus. I'm going to probably reshoot this again. This is such an important thing. But anyway, and the reason why I'm telling you this story is because just 4 days ago, I had this thought about not being afraid of other people seeing you try and fail. And that is that's easier said than done. Usually we don't like it when we fail. What we don't like even more is others seeing us fail. In fact, Alex Hormozi says that if you fail in private, you wouldn't mind trying it. But if you fail in public and people see you, then you're kind of going to be more reserved. So I get that. Now, the reason why I'm telling you all this is because if you remember in the second scenario, when you just about caught the train, almost caught it, but you didn't. And you were asking yourself oh, I could have made that if I had given it more effort. About 6-7 months ago, I was in a spot in life, and I got into this weird habit of exploring things and trying them, but not really going 100% at it. And to me, back then, that was a defense mechanism that was allowing me to not feel the failure. So back then, that was me failing in private. So to be fair, I've gotten to a point where even if I fail in front of people, I don't care as much. I would never say that I don't care at all. But right now, and back then, I don't care. So that's good. I don't really care about what people think. Now it's more about what I think about myself. And that's kind of what I was dodging. So I was essentially protecting myself from going 100% and failing, because then that would mean that I really am not good enough. And yeah, it was a point where I was given things like 60-70% of what I could. And then on the back of my mind, I was probably thinking, well, if this thing fails, well, damn, tough luck. Like, you know, I didn't really give it my full 100% anyway, so it's okay that it fails. But then I don't know what happened. I was like, no, this cannot happen like that. Like, they cannot keep going like that. I'd rather fail by going 100% and like fully exploring whether I can do it and dealing with the truth, than doing this 60-70%. Because honestly, I hated it at some point. I don't remember exactly what made the switch, but it was so profound. It was so profound. And actually, I do remember I was on the way to the gym, and I was thinking about someone. I can't remember the exact name of the person, but I remember seeing someone out there trying and even though things were not going well, that person, it was a guy, that much I remember, he didn't stop. And I was like, I like that guy. And then I had the thought, like, hold up, I am that guy where I used to be. Now I'm not, because I'm afraid of failing in front of myself. You know, it's my job to like myself. So if I keep trying and failing, I'm gonna like myself. And then the other kind of thing that happened was that I kind of realized, you know, having that thought of like, damn, if I got in 100%, I could have achieved that. I was like, I never ever want to have that thought like ever again in my life. And that's kind of when I was like, cool, right? We go in 100%. So now things are better. Now I go in things with 100%. Though it's probably not 100%, but it's definitely better than before. Back then, I knew that I was leaving things on the table. Right now, it's much better. I'm pretty much like all out, or there are things that I don't know that I could be doing. But yeah, anyway, that's the story. I really don't know like what to make out of it or how to end these videos. But I'm just trying to say, like, if you are afraid of failing, maybe there's some questions that you can ask yourself about, like, I know the things that people say, like, oh, what's the worst that could happen? It's a good question to ask, sure, but it's difficult to explain. It's difficult to answer. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm not going to be editing this video. But yeah, this was just like straight off the cuff. I suppose what helped me was just time. And it was, to me, the thought of like, oh, I could have had that if I put in more effort. To me, that thought changed everything. And I was like, cool, I don't want to ever have that thought. So maybe try that question. And then the other one was like think about yourself. Like, do you want to feel like you're someone that's always leaving money on the table? Do you want to be the guy that's never going all out when you could be? And I was like, man, that thing like fired me up back then. And I was like, no, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the guy that does something 100%, even if it's prone to failure. And yeah, I guess that's the end of the talk. I'm gonna guess we're about 11 minutes, 12 minutes. But yes, anyway, cool. Well, thank you for coming along. I will most likely ship this to YouTube right now. The day is 25th of January, and it's a Monday, I believe. Is it Monday? It's a Monday. Yeah, it's a Monday, and it's been a great Monday, by the way. So yeah, cool. All right, thank you.